Alright, we're on day number 13 if I'm going from couch potato to marathon. Today, I am going to be running a bunch of hills. So there's a cemetery about, like a mile and a half maybe from my start point. And that's a hilly cemetery, so we're going to run up and down hills in the cemetery today, so we won't track mileage. We don't even track mileage to get into the cemetery, truthfully. We're just gonna get out and go. But yeah, it's proving quite a challenge to find the discipline to run during the week, even with having a supporting family. So um, yeah, I think I need to really figure out something how to do with that, because running once or twice a week is not gonna cut it in the long run. So we're really gonna have to stay on top of that. And like I said before, even the first couple of days during the week, that could be like a 1 mile or a 2 mile run that we just get up and go and try and do. So yeah, been lacking on that part, and no excuses, but it has been happening, so we really got to hit the ground running with that, or else it's going to be a really rough marathon. So without further ado, I'm going to take a nice light jog to the cemetery. Try not to uh, throw up or walk, because we just had a big meal not too long ago. So fun stuff. But I'm not really sure how to plan a hill workout today. I don't know, you go find a hill, you run up the hill, you walk back down the hill, and you run back up the hill. And I don't know how many times you're supposed to do that, but we'll come up with a number as we go. So remember, the goal is still to push, and fight through pain. So it's going to be a tough one today. So even though we may not be going to 6 miles like we should, I still think it's going to be a good workout. And plus, I think we can hit our 6 miles tomorrow. So without further ado, I'm going to get off here, head on down to the cemetery. So we'll catch you there. All right, so we've made it to our destination for Hill Run. I was right, it was about a mile, just over a mile and a half, which was pretty cool. That was kind of a slow run, but all in all, we didn't really try to run that hard. Even though it is what it is, we're still early in training and whatever, but regardless, we made it. And trying to be kind of respectful of the graves around me, to not show names or anything, but this is the kind of hill we're working with. So it doesn't look super steep on camera, but it sure as heck looks pretty steep on person, and maybe less steep as it is long. So that'll be interesting. But I didn't really see any like sharp inclines to run, so that'll be an interesting thing we gotta find maybe for the future. But regardless, we're gonna try and run basically up and down. Or well, what I guess it'll be is we gotta work hard up the hill, and then the recovery is like walking back down, or maybe even like a slight jog, to be determined. It's been almost a decade since I've done a hill workout, so I don't remember, quite frankly. But regardless, we're going to do our best today. It's nice and quiet back here, obviously. We're pretty far away from the road, is what I meant by that. But yeah, we got this tree right here will be our down point, and I'm not sure how far up the hill goes, so we'll figure it out. But I mean, right now my quick guesstimate is maybe 15 to 20 hill repetitions, depending on how hard I want to work up and down the hill. But quite frankly, I want to work pretty hard, because we're lacking in training as of this week, so it'll be pretty interesting. And honestly, now that I'm thinking about that, we are lacking in training, just things that we should be implementing even on the days that we don't get out to run. Definitely need to do the shorter runs during the week, and then those longer, more grueling runs during the weekend. So So that's that. I also need to fix my diet, is what I'm gathering too, because today we had some good lunch, and I'm still full from all the carbs that I ate. And then basically all that to say, when we had that lunch, reflecting on my current diet, I need to get in the kitchen and cook some good food. So to be determined. I would really like to sit down and talk about that after this video, just as kind of where I'm at, like health-wise, especially body-wise, and kind of how we really would like to prepare for this marathon as far as eating goes, because we really need to take a look at that if we're going to do any kind of good. So without further ado, I'm going to do the first hill repetition. So work hard all the way up the hill, and then probably I'm going to walk back down, and then I'll record basically my thoughts after the first repetition, and then we'll go from there. So we'll see what we can do. Catch you at the end of the hill. Okay, so that was repetition number 1. It was a little bit, I hesitate to say easier, I would say different. It was a little bit different than I thought it was going to be. So what I'm thinking now is maybe like sets of 3. So in other words, you know, up, back is 1, and then 2, and then 3, touching this line, that crack, every time, or after, yeah, basically run up, walk down, run up, walk down, run up, walk down, and that's what I'll consider as like one set. And then we'll go from there. So overall, pretty interesting. I'm excited to see what the results of this are. So I don't know how many repetitions I'm going to do. So we're going to run until I can't run no more. So yeah, pretty cool. So with all that said, let's get after it. All right, so I have thus made the mistake of sitting down. We just did 2 reps, so up, back, and it takes about 4 full minutes for 2 repetitions. So maybe instead of 3 reps, we'll do 2. So like up, back is 1 set, so to speak. If there's one thing that I've learned, even from just doing 3 total up backs, I really need to stretch properly, and yeah, that's the big thing. And I really need to focus on my diet, because I feel very lethargic, which, you know, at some point I could keep blaming on oh, you know, we've only been training for blah, 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 3 weeks, or blah, 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 done blah, blah, blah. So kind of a weak point now at this stage. We're in at least our 3rd week of training, so kind of don't have any excuses to, at least to eat properly and stretch. You know, I understand life can get busy with the baby and everything, and having to take care of the family, but it's still no excuse for eating unhealthy and not stretching. So I think right now our current plan, so I'll call that quote unquote 1 set. So 1 set will now be 2 up backs, and then yeah, I'm not so sure that last one. I mean, I'm basically sprinting up the hill, which is still even only like a 7-minute mile pace. So I don't know if I count that as sprinting, but it's sprinting for me at the moment. So it's taking a lot, which I don't want to I don't want the excuse to be I'm tired, because I got to get done regardless. So I think our goal is going to be 20 reps, so 10 up backs, and we already are 1 down. So yeah, it's going to be a freaking long, tough one, but yeah, we definitely need to focus on the things outside of actual running, just as important as actually getting out and running. So hopefully this week we can implement some of those changes, at least in certain I don't know, to a certain degree. Which, like I said earlier, I'd like to sit down and take some time, maybe later today or tomorrow, to actually work through what my thought process is for all that. And so maybe we won't get to our 6 miles this week. Maybe we should really focus on the intermittent part of training, because, you know, I think in my mind I was thinking, oh yeah, you know, let's just run an extra mile a week. How hard can it be? And without proper care of everything, it's going to be really, really bad. Not to say that regardless I have to do the marathon, whether sorry, there's a nice Corvette that just drove by. Whether or not we implement the correct protocols and everything, we still have to do the marathon. We're committed to it, so there's no going back on that. But I think proper stretching and nutrition will definitely help positive results. Can't hurt, right? So yeah, without rambling on for too long about that, I'm gonna get up and maybe walk around a little bit. And I really need to think about what stretches I need to be doing on a daily basis, and what kind of food we need to be eating. So very interesting stuff to come. I'm gonna try and put my phone down for at least the next 4 sets. So I want to try and get to at least 10 up backs before I talk to you again. You being my past self. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, so yesterday was November 3rd when we completed our hill workout run. Today it is the evening of the 4th of November, so I just wanted to take some time to highlight some of the things I really wanted to touch on. First of all, eating food. I think I need to get a little bit more of a high protein diet, so that's exciting. Basically meat, eggs, and cheese. And when the fiance can't cook, I really need to step in and fulfill that role for myself, because going out to eat and not eating healthy is, I think, becoming slightly detrimental to the training. So that's interesting. 2, stretching. I still haven't figured out quite a good routine to do, so I really need to sit down and do that. But I think my goal here forward is to stretch at least for like 30 minutes a night, 30 minutes to an hour. I don't know exactly how we're going to do that or what kind of stretches we're going to be doing, but regardless, they need to be done, because even just today, stretching the muscles, they are very tense and hurt. And thirdly, it was running during the week. So yeah, I didn't run today because we had to get some stuff together for election day tomorrow. But tomorrow we will try to go on a 2-mile run, keep it short and sweet, easy enough to be done before it gets too dark outside now with the time change. So we're going to start trying to hit our smaller runs during the week to be better prepared for later in the week. Excuse me. Once we get the stretching routine down, I would like to film that just to make it available and kind of track how that part of stuff is going. And then also alongside with the diet, I would really like to pound that a little bit more, hold a little bit more accountability for that, because we were doing pretty good for the first couple weeks, but the last week or two we've really drifted away from all that kind of stuff. So we got to get back on track. Otherwise, it's going to be a real hard time completing this marathon, and also just overall benefits of life. So with all that being said, thank you for tuning in. We're going to try and get back to a much more robust schedule this upcoming week. Excuse me. As you can tell, I'm very tired. We're gonna get some good sleep tonight. Wake up early in the morning to go vote. I have a good day at work tomorrow, and then hammer out a good old 2 mile run tomorrow. So thank you for tuning in. Catch you guys at the end of the day tomorrow.